When is the last time you had a open discussion with your spouse about your finances? If you say today or this week, kudos to you. That means you are doing your job. But for those of us who don't talk to their spouses, maybe you hadn't talked about it in months, weeks, that's a problem. Finances are a major, major thing. It's how the clock ticks. The bills have to be paid. For my men, we are providers. And so, in being a provider, we have a responsibility to talk to our spouse about finances. Not only that, but we have a responsibility of training up our children to learn about finances. When it comes to our spouse, sometimes we may have a spending habit, so to speak. We love and we enjoy buying things. Amazon, perhaps, Temu, Shein, and many other online sites. Then again, we may also enjoy getting that Starbucks coffee, or we may enjoy buying up a bunch of things for people, or going out to a lot of restaurants and eating out. I just love to wine and dine. Nothing wrong with that at all. I enjoy those things myself. The problem comes in when you don't talk to your spouse about what's in the bank. So your spouse goes to spend the money or to put some gas in their car, the card declines. Or you get some grocery, you're at the checkout, the card declines. Could be just because you don't have money, but it could be that you had something in there and your spouse did not tell you that they had something else going on. No communication about finances. That's a big no-no. A lot of relationships, sad to say, end based on financial strain, whether it's we can't pay the bills, whether it's another person is pulling all the weight and the other person is not doing enough, or whether it's one is a giver and the other one is a taker and there is no reciprocation. So when it comes to your money, we first have to take a look at financial literacy. Financial literacy is a serious thing. We weren't taught a lot about these things in school, but nevertheless, we still have to talk about them and implement them in our lives. So you have your basic savings account, you have your basic checking account. We all know that. But did you know about high yield savings accounts? Those accounts that when you put your money in, a percentage grows, which makes sense instead of your money just sitting in a checking account and it goes nowhere. And we can think about inflation as well. Have we talked to each other about investing on apps such as Robinhood, Moo, Webull, and so many other platforms where we can invest in stocks, REITs, ETFs, bonds, so many things that you could invest in, so many products that we buy, we can invest in those very things. We need to talk about this. We need to be able to invest our money and allow it to grow by either holding our money, unless you have a knack for day trading or swing trading. These are things that if you talk to your spouse or your family about it, you may be surprised that they are interested in the same thing as well. Except when we tell each other, we can now do it together. We can now be on the same page, which makes us that much stronger. Because I'm going to tell you, it gets very, very hard when one person feels that they are pulling the weight. So we have to learn financial literacy. Nevertheless, we also have to learn about borrowing money. It is a easy fix to run to the pawn shop. It's an easy fix to go to cash for title. It's an easy fix to borrow money or to go to these loan places and take out a loan on your mortgage. There are so many things that take your money, but we have to focus on things that would rather put money back into our pockets because these loan places are simply loan sharks. They will do all they can to get the things that you have. Yeah, it'll take care of your need right then and there. But at the same time, the interest rate on these particular loans are very, very high. Sometimes even so high to where you can't pay them back. Also, we got to talk about credit cards. Credit cards are a major thing. We love to use credit cards, but are we using them in a way to where it helps us, the good debt, or are we using it in a bad way, the bad debt, which causes our account to go into default? We got 5 and 6 different credit cards trying to spend them and steady raising and raising and raising the limits. This right here will put you in financial turmoil. We also got to talk about bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is another thing. I've been through it, my friends, and I'm telling you, it is not a good feeling to go into bankruptcy. It is not a good feeling to have to report to the judge and pay something consistently. You may even have your check garnished to where you don't even see the money come out. But when you get that paycheck, you notice it was there. You don't want to go through that. This is why we have to talk about our finances. And we have to be very, very equipped on what we need to do to prosper in this life. Because these companies make themselves very, very rich off the backs of us poor Americans or us middle class Americans. We have to be very smart, my friends. Even though we were not taught certain things in school, we can learn these things online now through various apps and so on and so forth. So many ways to where we can learn about financial literacy. Thirdly, God calls us to be good stewards. In being a good steward, that means that we have our money in check. That means that the debts that we have, we try to take care of those debts so we won't owe no man. The talents and the resources that we have, we pool all those things together and we take care of business. God is the one who gave us all these wonderful things. He gave us money as well. And he wants us to do that which is right with our money, not just to spend it frivolously, not just to spend it without thinking about it. We have to give an account for every single dollar, my friends. Know what's coming in and know what's going out. Are you still giving to help those who are less fortunate? Are you giving to the congregation that you attend every week? Are you focusing on your goals for this year? Or are you just focused on yourself? Learning about finances can help you because we can get into talking about taxes. If you understand about taxes, then you know that majority of the things that you donate or give away, you got a tax write-off. Not to mention, if you're a 1099, there are so many things that you can write off from your gas to your materials, even to your vehicle and so on, because you understand financial literacy. You're using and buying these things throughout the year. When tax time comes, you can reap the benefit. We have to understand about using our money and being good stewards. And when it comes to our children, we can't expect the school systems or the TV or anybody else to teach our children what they should know. We have to be the ones to explain to them when we buy them things or when we give them things. Let them know how hard mom and dad worked to get this money. Let them understand the repercussions of spending all their money. You may give them a small allowance. Help them out to understand saving money. Help them understand about spending money. They need to know these things because when it gets into them working for themselves or going to college, the money is going to become very, very tight because now they are out there on their own. Now they have their own bills to attend to. And mom and dad may not be able to save them in every situation. I want you guys this year to be more financially stable. I want you guys to be more financially inclined to help others and to not only do that, but do for yourself. Don't lose your relationship over money. Don't lose your family over money. Many people have gone into debt trying to cash in on the lottery or going to the casino. That's not the way, my friends. It's a quick fix to a very large problem. I don't want that to be you. I want you to be a person that can be so stable to where you can give and donate to others. As always, my friends, to help with your finances, don't leave out prayer. Pray for increase. And not only pray for it, but do the work, my friends. God has given us everything we needed, but he has clearly said in the scriptures, if a man doesn't work, he does not eat. So we have to put in the necessary effort to increase physically and spiritually and financially. I love the scripture that says, one watereth, one planteth, but God makes the increase. He gives it. So don't leave him out of the equation when you're dealing with your money. I don't care how many prenups you write up. I don't care how many bad relationships or divorces or whatever you go through. It is not over for you. You can get your finances in order. God's order. That's the order of the day, my friends. Grasp hold of it and do what is necessary to benefit your family. Everybody always talks about generational wealth, but yet all we see around us is more and more generational poverty. We can fix this one family at a time. It starts with you. It starts with your wife or your husband. It starts with your children and their children's children. We can do this. Have the right mindset, set a goal, and attack it. I love you, my friends. And as always, y'all keep your hearts right and your mind clear, focused. One love.